Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Good morning. I am Dr. Valerie Renee Shepherd, and I'm coming to you live from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. And we teach people how to have more peace, love, joy, and freedom in their lives, no matter what else is going on, and how to actually anchor in that place within so that you can experience the best that the world, that your life has to offer you on the outside. And so this is a weekly little teaching tool that will help you sort of diagnose anything that might be getting in the way of your most exquisite and vibrant life and allow you to make the little shifts, the little changes that are necessary to get you on a higher vibration and living a life that you really love living, like really being fulfilled and happy and seeing things from a perspective that serves you, that helps you to elevate your consciousness and change yourself, which changes the world. So I'm coming to you with Hump Day Happy Chat number 234. Doing your part to change the world. Doing your part to change the world. So what is your part? It may be a lot less effort and a lot more fun and a lot more exciting and a lot more easy than you might actually think. Changing the world is a big thing. It's like a big endeavor and a big topic. And interestingly enough, you don't have to have the cure for some catastrophic illness. You don't have to have a whole new way of creating energy. You don't have to have this monumentally big brain with all this information and knowledge in order to do your part to change the world. I love this quote from a poet, actually, a poet, an author, two-time New York Times bestselling author. His name is Young Pueblo. And I love it. It says, the forces of the universe support those who engage in healing themselves. The forces of the universe support those who work at healing themselves. So obviously, he and I are birds of a feather, though we have never met, because we're speaking each other's language. He talks about the process of personal transformation. His books, first one was Lighter, the second one, Clarity and Connection, is an inspirational, they're both inspirational poetry and prose. And he looks at the arc of transformation that happens when you shift into self-love and then shift even from that to the even higher vibration form of love, which is unconditional love. He talks about the power of letting go, something I'm going to talk about in a couple minutes, and the wisdom that comes when we truly know ourselves, self-mastery, which is what I'm all about. So with that quote, the forces of the universe support those who work at healing themselves. Why does that matter? So let's look at a little bit of science that will help you if you don't already feel strongly about this. It might give you some more things that'll give you some reason to put your own healing, whatever that means to you. I'm going to give you some ideas what it means to me, what I teach. And then we'll see where you end up. So science. So first of all, what I'm saying is not my own discovery. It's a distillation of work as far as you can go from scientists in places like National Geographic, individual United States Energy Information Administration, spiritual teachers like Michael Bernard Beckwith, Abraham Hicks, David Dawkins, and many, 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 many more. This is a distillation of a broad body of work around the energy dynamics of our universe. So, number one tidbit, everything is made up of atoms. And then the atom itself is made up of particles. And then those particles carry electrical charges. The spinning of the electrons around the nucleus of the atom is what creates a tiny magnetic field. You yourself have this going on inside you. You are an energy being. You, me, all of us, all humans, we have this dynamic feature going on within us, being energy. Everything is energy, including us. So this idea that everything in existence is part of an interconnected web of electromagnetic vibrational frequencies. Say that fast a few times. Everything in existence is part of an interconnected web of electromagnetic vibrational frequencies. You may have heard this referred to as the net of light or the web of light. Spiritually, it's often referred to as life source that connects all of creation. If you have a chance, look up Alex Grey, Grey. He has some really awesome illustrations that show this dynamic in humans and how the web extends into us and beyond us to connect us to everything that is. So now your thoughts, your emotions, your interpretations, and your will, they all send out vibrations into the universe. Every thought, every mental state that you can engage in has a corresponding rate of vibration. All of it does. A corresponding mode of vibration, rate of vibration. So when your cells that vibrate at a higher frequency have a different level of energy, and they reflect a different focus, higher vibration. The higher the vibration, the longer lasting effects of what it is that you're thinking about or interpreting. So when you think of high vibration states, you should be considering things like gratitude and compassion, enthusiasm, passion, positive expectation, even the energy of neutrality is a higher vibration than lower vibrations. And remember, the cells that are in your body, when they have high vibration, they're healthier. So when we have sickness, that's a clue that our inner state, our cellular beingness, has dropped in its vibration into a level where something not so great, sickness, can thrive. So lower vibration within your cells have a frequency. And remember, these things attract. They have attractive and repulsive forces. And so lower vibration is also reflected in the physical body. The lower the vibration, the more potent the effects are in the short term. Higher vibration, the longer the vibration and the effect lasts. Lower vibration, the more potent it is in the short term. So when you think of low vibration states, you can think about things like worry, anxiety, overwhelm, disappointment, discouragement, blame, anger, guilt, and some of the lowest, shame. So think about that. Where do you have experiences of high vibe, medium vibe, low vibe, and lowest vibe energy going on in your field? What is your frequency? If you're in a state of worry and anxiety, you're vibrating at a rather low frequency. If you're in a high vibe state of gratitude and appreciation, you're at a higher frequency. So whatever you do to go from low to high, even if it's just one rung on the ladder. So I'm going to go from discouragement to neutrality. That's still better. Neutrality is better. So you're shifting upward. If you go from shame up to disappointment, that is higher. So everything that you do to elevate your vibrational frequency changes you. Releasing yourself from a low vibe frequency changes you, changes that which you attract through law of attraction, law of reflection, and that changes the experiences in your life, and that changes the trajectory of you and what you're contributing to the world from the inside out. When you when you commit to taking personal responsibility for your emotional states, and your emotional states lead to your frequencies, and through your self-mastery work, personal responsibility, and other things, endeavor to shift yourself to a higher vibration, guess what? You're changing you. And the side benefit is you're changing the world. Because everywhere you go, your frequency is bringing that higher vibe into the scenarios where you put yourself. If you think of it like a radio dial, you can't hear the music playing at 106.2 if your radio dial is tuned to 99. So if you think of yourself as that radio dial, that antenna, you're responsible for knowing, am I tuning in right now to 99 and wanting to hear 102? Like, a lot of people think when the good things in their life happen, then they'll raise their vibration. Well, I don't have anything to be happy about, I hear from time to time. Well, I know, but the longer you stay in that vibration, the longer you won't have anything to be happy about. It may be counterintuitive, but our world is a believing is seeing universe. The energy dynamics of our world start with believing as a part of creation. And that is what helps you see what it is that you want. If you're still living in a seeing is believing paradigm, and you're waiting for the things that you think would make you happy show up in your life before you actually behave as a happy person, you could be waiting for the rest of your life. Not the best of news. The best of news is this. So I hope you can see this. This is a sticker that one of my PhD students made from a quote. Well, actually, one of my undergrad students made this sticker, and they combined the caricature of me and my logo, which a PhD student did, and they put it together. And this is my quote on the subject: your own healing changes the world. Your own healing changes the world. I got to tell you, it's pretty cool when I see somebody's car and they've got my sticker on it. Oh my God, that's so cool. So with the sticker in mind, and the science in mind, and the spiritual dynamics in mind, what are you supposed to do when the title of this Hump Day Happy Chat is Doing Your Part to Change the World? What is your part? It's your own healing. What does healing mean? And any shift that you do to help yourself vibrate at a frequency that is higher than where you were a minute ago or last week or yesterday, that's doing your part. Like minding your frequency, being mindful about what you're contributing to the energy frequency of your household, your work group, your neighborhood, your Friday night gang out for pizza. I have a Friday night pizza gang. Whatever you can do, not to try and influence them, but by changing you, your own healing changes the world. By what you do to change you, inside out living, you don't even have to do anything except bring that transformed presence into their space. Haven't you ever heard anyone say to someone else, "What are you doing? You're glowing. You feel different." And the person might say, "Nothing. I feel really good right now." That's a demonstration that you don't even have to go about shifting everybody else and telling them, "Hey, I'm working on changing my vibration so you'll feel better in my presence." Doesn't even have to be like that, although that's very true. That's what's cool about it. I love that. So doing your part means this: doing whatever you can to consciously and actively lighten up and let go of anything and everything that pulls your vibrational frequency down. Anything that gets you in a low vibration, you need to question, why am I still doing that? Why am I still accepting that? Why is that still a part of my life? If it doesn't, it's not supporting me. And if it's not supporting me, then everywhere I go, it's not supporting anything happening in those places either. I'm sure you've had an experience of somebody who was in a really bad mood. Didn't it kind of change you a little? Could you feel yourself sort of sliding down, or at least kind of rejecting, like leaning away, like rejecting wanting to be with them because of not wanting to slide down the slippery slope into the same sort of energy they were? Yeah, it's the same idea. So, in doing your part to change the world, remember, it doesn't have to be monumental. Little teeny things. Number one, clean out the emotional junk in your trunk. Like I won't say negative emotions, low vibration emotions. If you have resentments, I had some. If you have guilt, I had plenty of that. If you had shame, had that too. Any of those low vibration energies roaming around in fear, if your number one emotion is fear of this and fear of that, I don't want to get this and I don't want to do that, that's all fear-based. That's a very low vibration. It's not bad, it's not wrong. It's just not serving you. So cleaning up your emotional junk in the trunk that is low vibration and weighing you down is a way that you can serve yourself while also serving the planet. I love regularly engaging in forgiveness practices. I talk about several in my book, and forgiveness can be often misunderstood, and it's not something that I do for the other people involved in whatever it is I'm forgiving. It's about serving and supporting me to raise my vibration for my own benefit. And the extra added benefit is that it changes the world. It heals the world. So forgiveness practices are kind of routine for me. Like there's not a day that goes by when I'm not forgiving myself or forgiving others for whatever I can come up with, just to stay in the energy of love and compassion and healing. Like being willing to engage actively engage in healing. So I like heart soak meditations. That's a heart math technique. I love heart math. I love burning bowl rituals where I can write down the things that I am wanting to release and burn them in a bowl, and then write down the replacement energies that I want to promulgate in my life. These are all wonderful release practices around forgiving the thing that caused the low vibration energy to be there in the first place. You could go on a fast. I love this. People are fasting all the time now, 12-hour fast, 3-day fasts, but it's mostly related to food. So I would suggest that when we do this, your own healing changes the world, the fasting would be about complaining, would be about worrying, would be about negative and harmful or hurtful gossiping, would be about self-judgment and self-recrimination. Those low vibration behaviors that can kind of be insidious. You may be there, you're thinking about them underneath the surface. They're just there, happening. And when you go on a fast, you've got to pay attention, notice that they're there, and say, oh, okay, we're replacing that with a higher vibration thought. Adopt practices that spiral you up. Silence and meditation are my number one tools that quiet your mighty mind and allow you to hear the inner voice of the heart, the intuitive soul vibration voice of your heart. Higher vibration. Affirmative prayer, I love that. The sacred intention process, being of service. There's so many different ways. Just sitting in nature can raise your vibration. Tuning out, especially if you're sitting out there without any of your technology, no phone, and you're just breathing in what nature has to offer. I like talking to the bugs, especially ladybugs and hummingbirds. And you might want to ensure that your inner circle of friends are people who have similar commitment to this raising of the vibration, so that they will help you notice when you're kind of slippery, on a slippery slope, sliding into the abyss. So they can help you sort of diagnose, prescribe what would serve you best to keep your vibration higher. So they can just be trusted allies to support your ability to tune in, know where you are, and go up a notch. Tune in, discern where you are, and just go up a notch. One notch is still raising your vibration. When you decide to access help to go deeper and higher than this short message can do, you can work miracles. And of course, I would love to help you out. So I have many accessible resources to serve you to do this work. Doing your part to change the world starts with doing your part to shift you. You, as much as anyone or anything else on the planet, deserve your loving, compassionate, heart-centered care and concern. And it's worth it for you to up-level your experience of yourself and your life. And then everywhere you go, by just doing that, you're in service to a better world. A world that works for everyone. For us to have more peace in the world, it starts with the individuals in the world being more peaceful inside them. That's it. Today's Hump Day Happy Chat. Doing your part to change the world is doing your part to heal yourself. Thank you for joining me. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. If you have questions, please type them in. Many blessings to you. Much gratitude to you. And I am still closing the Hump Day Happy Chat with the Karanaya Metta Sutta, the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature, and may all beings be free. Emotional freedom, that's what we're talking about. Not geopolitical freedom, emotional freedom. Clean out the emotional junk in your trunk. That's how you become free. Many blessings. See you next time. Bye now.